You're listening to Productivity Monsters in the Morning. We are the energy vault your real estate business needs to get you up and out and excited and productive for the day. We go over trending topics and things that really matter in the market of the moment. Here are your hosts, Tiffany Hampton and Brooke Silva.
What's up, my friend?
Good morning.
How are you?
Chilly. I would like it to be summer now.
You know, this morning my son says to me, well, we're now in the 20s and 30s. I was like,
He's still in shorts?
No, he's in sweats.
But barefoot.
Shorts. And barefoot.
Yeah.
Barefoot.
Yep.
It's okay though. Let him be 15. They're only young once.
I laugh when I'm driving Hope to the bus stop and there's, the high schoolers get picked up just before her and they're walking down the street, no jacket, shorts. And she looks at me and she goes, are they cold? And I'm like, oh, they are, but they will never admit it. They will never admit how cold they actually are. Standing out there at the bus, shaking in their shorts, no jacket. I'm like, come on.
The thing up here is Crocs with socks.
I can't. Listen, there's a lot. I worked in kitchens. I flat out refuse to wear. First of all, I made klutz. You just added duck feet to my already huge feet. I always thought I was going to be super tall because I have massive feet. That didn't happen. But now you add things that make me walk like this. Nope.
Well, and it's funny because I feel like this one girl has every color of the rainbow. I'm like, okay.
It is so funny. And that's their goal, is to get all the Crocs with all the little charms and all the things. And in my world, that's one more thing to lose. Yes. And I no.
It's so good to be young. It's okay.
To be young. Well,
so, yeah, we're going to finish off our countdown to 2023.
I love this. I love this. It's like a productivity advent calendar to get you started.
Well, and I think it's important because now everyone literally has 29 days
ish
to rewatch these and make it happen. Yeah, 29 days, and obviously holidays and weekends and yet if anybody's like me, we're constantly in our heads thinking about goals even when we're off.
True. And what's funny is, like when we're on long drives, I'm listening to podcasts, rewatching videos, series. Like I'm always in learning mode, even when I'm off the clock.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm ever off the clock, as you can tell by my brain dumps into text messages to you at night.
Absolutely. All right. So let's go through this. Our affirmation is, I can achieve my most important goal now.
Goal.
Not tomorrow. Not goals.
Right.
Goal. So what's the one thing we talked about? What's the one thing that you wrote down that will get you to where you desire to be when the clock strikes midnight and we turn over to 2023? So you can accomplish that now.
I'm excited for this because now we can't BS ourselves. We have to be really open and honest with ourselves about the time, about what we want to do. And don't wait. Don't be like, January 1st, because now you've taken another 29 days out of it. And just get real. I love that all the things we do, it's a checkup from the neck up. Is that Zig Ziglar? That's you've got to do that first, because if we're not okay here and in our heart, like nothing else in business is going to shake out. So just get open and honest, especially if that goal and this one thing you could do is a very short list. It should be a short list because it should be the lead domino that tips everything else over, because we don't. And if you think about it now, does it give you the opportunity to actually be present and take time off for the holidays?
Right. So what we've done so far, we reviewed the goals that we set. We looked at the ones that no longer apply to where we are in life, and we've just crumpled them up and threw them away. Yes. And then we looked at the ones where we were on target where we were off target, and where we achieved. We celebrated our achievements, hopefully with others, not just in our heads. We celebrated our achievements. We wrote down the ones that we're on track with and continued to time block for those. We created our priority list for the ones that we were off target with. And now we have to look at our calendar and really work from there and select target dates.
Yeah, I think, and that's why your GPS and your 411 is so important, because it chunks those things down into such smaller bite-sized pieces that you can do a quick end of year GPS. You can realign. The GPS is just directions on where to go and make a small step towards that. I think realigning your goals, I was thinking about this after our show yesterday. Our goals don't ever truly change that much. They really don't. We all have things in our head that we want to achieve for ourselves, but we may have to adjust the goal before those bigger goals. And that's what I got thinking about yesterday. It's why are we doing the things we're doing now? Getting really clear on why we do these things and making sure that the priorities on those papers are going to get us there. And I think this is what's so important about us sharing these things with other people is I could look at your goals, Tiffany, and say, why are you doing these 3 activities when this one activity would produce the results from these 3?
Right.
That's a coach, right? Like when you get coached, those are some of the things they can do when you share your GPS and your 411 is that sharing the goals. Other people have done this and have been very successful at things. Your goal is not always so hyper specific and unique that someone else can't guide you through it.
Right. And if you don't have a coach in your life, reach out to one of us. You have productivity. If you're a KW, we have productivity coaches in our market centers. We have MAPS coaching. There is in between Excel growth coaching that you can do. There's breakthrough. There's so much opportunity to have a coach. And yes, it's an expense. And yet, is it really an expense?
It's not, through a shift and through everything we know from data is that the one thing you should never cut out of your budget when you are looking at expenses and looking to get leaner is education or coaching, because you need knowledge to move forward. Knowledge is the fuel that you need. And you can only get so far with fuel if you don't have somebody to help you break through the ceiling and really get you through the places you want to go. And sometimes it hurts.
Yeah. And I do believe there's a bold law that goes something along the lines of your business grows to the extent you do.
Yeah. Those bold laws are so sneaky. And I say this all the time, and they make me so mad when I read them because they're so true. Like the one that I always keep is what you focus on expands. And when we're looking at our goals, I think that's a really important thing to remember, because if you're focusing on what you didn't do, all you're going to hear is didn't do.
Right.
If we're not looking at, okay, what did I do? How did I do it? How can I duplicate it and make sure it's systematized and scalable so I can move on to the next thing? And that's why your coaching action for today is so important about the lists, because now you can select those new targets.
Right. Well, and the didn't do isn't I didn't do it. It's I didn't do it yet.
Right. And the other thing is, in this year, it's okay to say yes or no. And it is okay to let go of control and use leverage. And leverage doesn't have to be paid necessarily upfront with people. My tech action for you guys today is to time block goal review. And I know we say that word a lot, time blocking, but it is going to make a difference. If you were one of those people who did not write it down last year or did not track your goals or have a coach that was helping you through those goals, how did you feel at the end of the year right now? Does it feel like crap? Good. Let's not feel that way next year. with small steps. And what I do is I actually have a Monday morning review of those goals, and it's where do I need to be this week to make sure I'm achieving the smaller things in my weekly 411? Who are the people that can help, the things that can help, and the systems or models or automation? Boom. What are my barriers to making sure that would be in my way? What are my speed bumps?
Yep.
So that way I can get around them or use people or leverage or tools or systems to do that. And then on Friday, the goal review is a celebration and a recalibration so that Monday I'm not like, oh my God, I'm kidding myself. I'm going to lie to myself all weekend.
Right.
So I have a clear expectation of myself, and those don't have to be huge. I'm not saying dedicate 4 hours. This could be a 15-minute. This should be a quick hit. Yes, no, next. Yes, no, next. This is not, we're not reinventing the wheel every week here for 4 hours.
And what I love about it, you said every Monday and Friday, not every Sunday evening.
No, that's my time.
Right. And on Monday, and I cannot remember because I feel like Monday, I'm just like, it was on a productivity coaching call that I was on Monday. What was said was, wherever your feet are, that's where your head should be. So if your feet are in the living room with your family watching a show, that's where your head should be. If your feet are in the living room playing a board game with your children or whatever it is you're doing, that's where your head should be. Yep. When your feet are sitting at your desk, whether it be in your home office or at work, that's where your head should be. So the fact that it's not Sunday evening is huge, because that's the whole guilt. Where do we fall down? We fall down when we feel guilty because we're doing something that we don't think we should be doing.
All right, friend. We've given our agents and friends in the community a lot to talk about. So if you have not seen part 1 or 2 of our countdown to 2023, make sure you go back and replay those. If you have any questions, reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and the 20percenter.com to get some of the cool stuff that we've been reviewing and using in our classes and trainings. All right. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Next week.
Oh, next week. Oh my God, it's flying. Life is flying.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.